chilly winter evening in the capital. I'm very pleased to be joined by the original Punjabi rapper Bohemia is in the house. Thank you so much for joining us on CNN Ivan first of all.
Thank you.
2007, 6, it was like when your music came out. Ik Tera Pyar, Sahara, Denali, lots of those tracks became like, you know, they ran like wildfire on YouTube. So many hits. And it was a rap style that I can really identify with rap, what rap stands for, anti-establishment. You know, some people who are seen as outlaws, outcasts, but they speak of their stories. I mean, it's always that irony that rap is so real, yet it is, you know, it is seen as something that is antisocial or anti-establishment.
Rap music gives you an opportunity, a voice, and it's something that's when you're suppressed, when you're pushed against the wall in America, you know, 30, 40 years ago now. Predominantly, you know, the black youth that was suppressed, they were pushed against the wall, and media wasn't supporting them, the industry wasn't giving them opportunity. It was born on the streets. It was born with no money. It was born with no setup, no industry, no, you know, smokes and mirrors. And it gave voice to somebody that was, before that, did not have a voice. And it's the first thing comes to your mind. You want to call him an outlaw. And if you pay attention to it's the law that's going to call them outlaw. They're not going to call themselves outlaw first. There's a legal system that's going to call them illegal. You know, it's the industry that's going to call them non-industry. So they're not saying, you know, we're not saying we're non-industry. We're not saying we're illegal. We're not saying we're, you know, anti-establishment. But it's the establishment that would call us anti-establishment. For the same, you know, reason, is that first they don't give us a voice. The media don't give us an opportunity. And then when we are pushed against the wall on the streets, and then we rise, and then we yell, and then we're heard. The reason we're heard is because we're speaking our heart. We're not speaking no drama, no smokes, no mirrors. We're speaking our heart. So the heart touches heart. And that's when the establishment gets in the way, like, oh my God, stop these guys. These guys are going to break our monopoly, our system. And that system was the same thing that wasn't working for us. That's why we created our own system.
You were this Punjabi kid trying to learn English. You told me that, you know, you were separated, your mom passed away, you were taken in by a Punjabi family. You started rap in Punjabi, and that became a huge hit. It's sort of, you know, it's sort of pioneering with that sort of genre. You know. So at that time, I don't think you really knew what you were getting into.
No idea. You're exactly right. Hindi rap, Urdu rap, Punjabi rap, none of that existed. It was, you know, when you thought of rap, you thought of English, and when you thought of Punjabi, you thought of Punjabi music, you know. So influences a lot of the old filmy music, ghazal music, that was all played in house.
Okay.
That was my initial, you know, Mukesh, Lataji, and you know, Kishorda, you know, those were something you listen. My youngest memories, and I want to say Mukesh predominantly for some reason. Even in the country of Pakistan, you see, my father and my mother, they spoke Punjabi before I was even born, for years. Mm-hmm. And do you know there's not a single school in that country teaching anyone Punjabi?
In Pakistan?
Yeah.
Pakistan's all Punjab. Like Pakistan's majorly Punjab.
Exactly, brother. The whole country speaks. But there's not one establishment that's putting out books. You can't go to a school and take a Punjabi class.
Seriously?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So that happens, and then I'm born and I moved to California, and then another thing I'm going to tell you. My parents tell me you don't need to speak Punjabi. Speak Hindi. Speak English. You know, you're going to go out there, you're going to get a job. You don't need, why are you going to speak Punjabi? There's no use, you're in America. So my whole life, up until when I'm in my teens, I don't speak Punjabi. No one speaks Punjabi to me. You know, I represent that suppressed age. And at the age of 16, my mom passed away in California, and I was a homeless kid. I left home. And I had my Punjabi friends that took me in. They would let me sleep in their house and, you know, use their car or give me money. My music was in Punjabi. In California. And that's when, you know, Desi rap or Punjabi rap was born. when it was created. So I want my listeners to just keep that in mind, that our culture, Punjabi language, the reason I say I owe it all to the language, nothing to me, is because the language, the culture was so strong. You moved me to California. You take me away from Punjab. You don't speak with me in Punjabi. You have a Punjabi kid, you take him out of Punjab, you take him to California. You leave him with Kaliyan de Goriyan de, with black friends, and white friends, and all these Mexican kids. And amongst them, I sit down when I start to write, what comes out of me? Punjabi. So to me, that was a phenomenon. To now, when I think about it, I'm baffled. I don't know why I did it. I don't know how it happened.
Do you think a lot of people are uncomfortable when you play rap music in the way that you do?
I won't say people are uncomfortable. I would say industry is uncomfortable. And I can see why Bollywood is uncomfortable of someone like me. I can see how big companies are scared of me in India. Sometimes I do shows in which I have 5,000, 6,000 kids, and then tomorrow you'll see articles saying Bohemia had a flop concert.
Right, and commercial music, we've spoken about this. After your tracks, Ik Tera Pyar came out, Sahara came out, as I said, Kadi Denali, they were rage, they were like wildfire on YouTube. We saw a lot of commercial rappers then come in Bollywood. Raftar's there, Honey Singh's been doing his thing, and they're pretty successful. But you sort of took a back seat after I think Chandni Chowk to China, Akshay Kumar, Naam Mera Akshay Kumar, that track. And after that, I didn't see Bohemia at all. Did the opportunity never present itself, or was it too commercial or too much formula for you to get into it?
You know, you got rappers like Soulja Boy. You know, his lyrics, you're going to listen and you're going to laugh. You're going to like, kya keh raha hai? You know, he's just funny. They're young kids. Then you got rappers like Jay-Z, you know, and, you know, you got rappers like, that still take up subject matters and still. So it's a spectrum of music, man, and I'm happy to have contributed and being one of the first one to have started it. But I don't want to sit on it. I don't want to tell you that, hey, I'm the king of it and I'm the only one of it. Just a few years before I came into the scene, there was a big trend of being a DJ.
Yeah.
Now, I hated that trend. What that made kids do is you would just buy a bunch of CDs.
That was like,
Bani
Sagu and everyone.
And then you start mixing the CDs. Now you're mixing the CD, you're mixing this CD. This is giving you a minor bass line. This is giving you a major bass line. This is in a different chord progression. This is in a different chord progression. This guy's singing about something else in some other rag. This guy's doing something. But you just want to mix them because you just found them to be the same tempo. That's all the DJ was. Same tempo, boom. Now all of a sudden, I hated that music. Light CDs, machines and wires, that's not musicianship. You don't know what's inside of that CD. So I love the fact that now I've pushed kids to be rappers. You know, they're like, hey, I want to be rappers too, you know. My own cousins and friends and family, you know, that are in prison, that are on drugs, that are murdered, that have committed suicides within the last 2 years, 3 years. So when I come back to India and I see all these kids saying, Paji, I'm going to the studio. I'm going to be in the studio for the next 2 days. That's beautiful, brother. These guys are not going in the streets buying drugs. These guys are not going and buying guns and becoming, you know, gangsters or fighting. You know, these guys are going to a studio. They're standing in front of a mic. Any person that stands in front of a mic and records is not a gangster. Is not a, you know, he's a musician, man. And you know, when I first started doing music, and you know, I came out wearing a hoodie and I came out wearing a beanie. Mind you, for the last 20 whatever years you've seen me, I'm wearing the same clothes. I haven't changed my style. It had nothing to do with any kind of like chains or any kind of jewelry. It was,
that's how you dressed.
That's how we dressed, and I think that's hip hop. You know, sometimes I meet a kid from Mumbai, or sometimes I see an auto driver at night, 3 o'clock, and he'll have some kind of like thing tied on his head. Or he's singing, and he's just cleaning his auto. And he has his thing, shalwar, he's up here because, you know, and then he has this. That's hip-hop.
Yeah.
That's hip-hop.
Yes.
Because he's doing himself.
Yeah.
That's his culture. Maybe his uncle or his dad that was also auto driver, he also tied that thing. You know, you recognize him. Maybe when he leaves and he doesn't wear that thing, he stops. He tells his wife, no, I can't go right now. I'm not ready. So then he ties that thing. So that auto driver, that kid in Punjab, whatever he's wearing and doing, you know, that dude in Mumbai, you know, speaking that Mumbai lingo, "Arey kya karta re?" That's hip hop. That's whatever made him grow into that. Minu dil de tarazu naal tolo, ਦੂਜਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਸੁਣੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੋਲੋ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਠੀਕ। ਮੈਂ ਭੰਗ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਪੀ ਕੇ ਲਿਖਣਾ ਵਾਂ ਗੀਤ, ਪਰ ਗੀਤ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਉਹ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਲਿਖਾਰੀ। ਲਿਖਾਰੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਜਿੰਦ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਰਾਤ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ 'ਚ ਬੰਦ, ਅਰੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਰ। ਚਾਰੋਂ ਪਾਸੇ ਗੰਦ ਪਿਆ, ਮੇਰਾ ਕੀ ਕਸੂਰ। ਮੈਨੇ ਨਸ਼ਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਾਇਆ, ਲੋਕੀ ਸਦੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਪੀਂਦੇ, ਮੈਂ ਨਵਾਂ ਨਵਾਂ ਆਇਆ, ਮੈਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਸਿਖਾਣਾ। ਨਾਲੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਸੁਣੋ ਮੇਰਾ ਗਾਣਾ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦਿਲ ਦਾ ਤਰਾਜ਼ੂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜੱਗ ਨਾਲ ਤੋਲੋ, ਮੇਰਾ ਰਾਜ਼ ਕੀ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੋਲੋ।
What's next for Bohemia?
I want to, enough of that being a grumpy old, you know, this has to be right. No, I think I love the fact that youth is involved in hip hop. I don't want to be that negative guy anymore telling you this is not right, this not. I don't want my fans to do that. I want positivity. I want to work with everybody. Okay, I'm doing a track with Neha Kakkar. She's a really phenomenal, great artist. Her brother composed the music partially, Tony. I'm working with these guys. I'm working with a Pakistani singer, Falak Shabir, who's doing a great stuff for Bollywood these days. Collaborating as a track with him. I'm doing a track with Gippy Grewal Paji again. And that's that,
Gippy's
you know.
great. I love his attitude.
That's where we go back to the whole Punjabi flavor, and we take it up all that.
Okay, so I'm going to end it, but one song that I've been hearing for a long, long time.
Are we going to hear an acoustic rendition?
I'm going to try and do that. I'll try. I'm not that great a guitarist, but still. Let's take it slow.
ਮੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੀ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਓਏ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੀਤ, ਮੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੀ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੀਤ, ਮੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੀ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਹੁਣ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੀਤ, ਮੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੀ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੀਤ, ਮੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੀ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਨੋਟ ਕਮਾਏ ਕਿਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਿਸਾਬ। ਮੈਂ cash, tax free, direct bank with your wired, मेरी royalty check, जिवे US, सारी दुनिया च फैले मेरे आदमी। मैं सीढ़ियां हड्डियां जिवे तेल विशो किथे मेरू याद नहीं। और furnish flat फैले खड़ी Cadillac, Mastercard डाले cash the stack। सोनी एक मेरे नाम बैठी हुई SMS ते पूछे where the party at। मेरी जिंदगी जुनून मडीर मेरे पीछे जिवे कितना मैं खून। अमीर लोकी एवी मैनू कर दे फोन, मैं बादशाह पंजाबी रैप फैंस मेरी खून। गीत मेरे याद जिवे स्कूल दी किताब हुण कुड़ियां नू गीत मेरे याद जिवे स्कूल दी किताब हुण मैनू गल दसो एक पंजाबी विच रैप किन्ने किता फिट। हुण मुंडे एक तो बाद एक मैनू गीत सुनान हुण मेरे तो सिक गीत गई मैं इजाद की थी इंडस्ट्री वे मेरे नाल लगी किने अदी नौकरी वे मेरे नां ते चलदा कारोबार मैनू स्टार बार बनन दा शौक नहीं वे मैं तो शौहरत ले लो मैनू दे दो नोट लोकी ऑटोग्राफ लेंदे गड्डी रोक वे नाले पुछदे ना वे मेरी खिचदे बा वे कहंदे राजे साडे कोल खलो के तस्वीरां राजा हंस के जवाब दे नाले खा पेपर ते नशे च राज कहते साडे पुत्त पढ़दे नहीं पर नन तेरे गीत सारे याद दे जिवे स्कूल दी किताब मुंडियां नू मेरे याद स्कूल दी किताब।